Today, we're stepping back in time, all the way to 1937, to uncover a pivotal, yet often overlooked, moment in American labor history, the Memorial Day Massacre in Chicago. Forget what you think you know about 1930s.com. This story is raw, real, and still resonates today. So, grab your virtual time machine, because we're heading to the south side of Chicago, just outside the Republic Steel plant. Picture this. It's May 30th, 1937. Memorial Day. A day meant for remembrance and quiet reflection. But in Chicago, thousands of striking steelworkers and their families gathered peacefully, demanding fair wages, safer conditions, and the right to unionize. The air was thick with hope, determination, and the echoes of speeches calling for justice. These weren't just workers. They were fathers, mothers, sons, and daughters, all dreaming of a better life, a fair shake in a challenging economic era. The Great Depression was still casting a long shadow, and for many, this strike was their last, best hope. The mood, initially, was one of solidarity and peaceful protest. They were marching towards the Republic Steel plant, an imposing industrial fortress, not with violence in their hearts, but with petitions in their hands. They believed in the power of collective bargaining, a fundamental right that many of us take for granted today. They were inspired by the gains made in other industries, a wave of unionization sweeping across the nation. Imagine the sight, a sea of faces, some tired from long shifts, others hopeful, all united by a common cause. But that day, hope collided violently with reality. As the marchers approached the plant, they were met by a heavy police presence. Tensions escalated quickly. Without warning, officers opened fire, turning a peaceful demonstration into a scene of unimaginable chaos and horror. Can you imagine the sudden shift? From hopeful chants to screams, from orderly lines to a desperate scramble for safety. It was a terrifying moment where the promise of peace shattered into brutal reality. In the aftermath, 10 unarmed strikers were killed. Yes, 10 lives extinguished. Many shot in the back as they tried to flee. Over 100 more were injured, some severely beaten. The images and news footage from that day were shocking, even by the standards of the time. This wasn't just an incident. It was a massacre, a stark reminder of the extreme lengths some would go to suppress labor rights. It sparked national outrage and became a turning point, highlighting the urgent need for worker protections and responsible policing. The impact of the Memorial Day Massacre was profound. While initially seen as a setback, it ultimately galvanized the labor movement. The sheer brutality of the event exposed the deep injustices faced by workers and fueled public support for their cause. It played a significant role in changing public opinion and legislative action, ultimately strengthening the Wagner Act and ensuring stronger protections for workers' rights to organize and bargain collectively. It was a dark chapter, but one that ultimately paved the way for more equitable labor practices in the United States. It's a powerful testament to the resilience of ordinary people fighting for their dignity. It reminds us that the rights and protections we enjoy today often came at a great cost, won through immense struggle and sacrifice. Understanding events like the Memorial Day Massacre helps us appreciate the foundations of our modern labor laws and the ongoing importance of advocating for fair treatment and justice in the workplace. So, as we look back at this tragic but transformative day, let's remember the bravery of those who stood up for their rights. Their sacrifice echoes in every fair wage and safe working condition we have today. Thank you so much for joining me on this historical journey. If you found this story impactful, please hit that like button. Subscribe for more deep dives into history. And let me know your thoughts in the comments below. We'll see you next time.